Oh, we're live, bud. You ready? All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Wednesday, hump day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock. He keeps catching. Do you keep catching yourself? Cats? Are you watching Cats? Did LSU beat up on the Cats last night? Yeah, they did.
Show.
This is Dad's show. Okay. What's up, everybody? What game last night? LSU goes into Rupp and gets her done. Tigers beat Kentucky, only their second road win over a top 5 team in program history. Lucy. You are going to go to Lucy's today. Very good, Drew. We are presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Kirk Taylor, what's up? Trivia Carter, good morning. Cheryl, good morning. Tom Brouillard, Dusty, Revere, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good moon, good moon. Everett, Tanya, Megan, good morning, everybody. Megan says it's a beautiful day to be a Tiger. Is. So what do y'all want to talk about this morning? Huh? I got an idea. How about we talk about LSU going on the road and beating Kentucky for the first time in a decade? Absolutely, positively loved the approach. Loved the game plan.
No.
No.
No touch.
What? No touch? That's true, because you're going to block people. We don't want to block people.
Touch.
Walk. Okay. Walk. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way just from jump, because everybody's going to talk about the tip in at the end, and that seems to be so much of the conversation. So first and foremost, obviously, you can't review a tip in at the end of the game, which I think a lot of people probably didn't know. They could review if he got the shot off, which very clearly he did. Cavell got the tip in. Was the ball over the cylinder? Probably. The other part of that is on Skylar's shot, and I tweeted this last night. On Skylar's shot, you had not one but 2 Kentucky players with their hands through the net, through the rim, reaching up, which would have been basket interference. So someone pointed out to me that it's only basket interference if the hand is through the net when the ball is over the rim. And I think if you slow that down, you probably will see that. From the side angle, it looks like the ball's kicking off the side of the glass as the hand's through the rim, but my guess is it's still, as they're coming down, the ball, as it approaches the rim, would have, the hand still would have been there. Even if not, there's another deviation of that rule whereby if you move the rim or backboard with the ball on the backboard of the rim, then it's still basket interference. So, look, the bottom line is either Skylar's shot was going to count because of basket interference, or fresh market, or not, or Cavell's tip-in goes. And if you want to take it a step further, on the previous possession, again, so this goes back to like the same stuff we talked about with the NFC Championship game, right? Like, it's the butterfly effect thing. On the previous possession, Reed Travis went over Naz Reid's back. That should have been a foul. And then, this with LSU, the 2-point lead. Then they call Marlon Taylor for a foul when he cleanly stripped the ball. I ain't crying for Kentucky, y'all. They got some calls in that game. The fact of the matter is LSU outplayed him in the second half, made shots when they need to, and that was awesome. And now you are playing for elite seating. Lucy.
All right.
You going to Lucy's today? All right. Daddy's right here, bud.
Mama, Home Depot.
Well, you'll see Mama on Friday, and she'll take you to Home Depot. That's going to happen, IRL. Okay. So, man, you are playing now for at 10-1 in the conference. was that their 6th road conference win already? I mean, you are playing for elite seeding now. You got Tennessee in Baton Rouge next Saturday, the 23rd. That will be bonkers, especially because LSU's got a couple of games they should win. I mean, they're at Georgia this weekend. We could talk about that. It makes me a little leery. Do you have a little bit of the hangover effect? You got to learn how to handle this kind of success, which they have not experienced this level of success yet. And then you're home against Florida, which is a game you should win. But still, you win that game, that Tennessee game is massive. You win the next two, that Tennessee game next weekend is massive. Nope, let's not block people. Hey, we're not going to block people, okay? Okay. Okay. Tremont came alive in the second half, 15 points. Nas had 12. He came alive in the second half. Skylar with 11, made some big free throws, 4 or 5 from the line. Tremont, 8 of 8 from the line. I love watching this team shoot free throws. There's 19 of 22 from the line. So we talked about... Whoop.
No poop.
What?
No poop.
No poop. Doot. Did you doot? Okay. One of the things I know that was my big point of emphasis in this game was that I thought the bigs for both teams would get theirs. Athletically, they were I don't want to say similar because they're sort of built in a different mode, but they had really good bigs. LSU was really good bigs. Both were going to make plays. And Washington and Travis made plays, and Reed and Cavell made plays. And Emmett, obviously. Emmett came off the bench and was just an awesome spark plug. 5 of 5 from the field. He just got around the goal, was super active. He even made two huge free throws, which was awesome to see. But, I thought LSU's three-point, either team, whichever team was sort of more efficient from the three-point line and didn't waste possessions would probably win the game. I thought LSU needed to shoot about 35%. They went 6 of 21 for 28%. But the flip side of that is Kentucky was 5 of 19. So, from 3. So, 5 for only 26%. So, both teams kind of washed there at 3. LSU made 1 more than did Kentucky. And you could look at Nas's 3 at the end, which went, and then I guess he was feeling himself a little bit because he came back another possession and shot the deep one that rattled out. But either way, just it's hard to find things to complain about. That's obviously a tough place to go and win because LSU has not had a lot of success doing that over the years, and to go there and find a way to get it done there. One more thing, I'll get to y'all's comments and questions here. And please hit the share if you haven't done it yet. Fire it up. We got a big number watching today. But the thing that that I tweeted at the end of the game after Kentucky made the 2 free throws. No, I'm sorry. It was when they tied it, and there was a minute left. There was a minute and 6 seconds left in the game, and then went to timeout. And I tweeted at the time. I said, "Tie game with a minute to go. Like LSU's been in this spot before. Kentucky has not. I'm quite okay with LSU right here." And last night was one of those reasons why winning in overtime at Arkansas, the comeback against Missouri, all the times when they've had to rally or find ways to win late, Mississippi State, it comes to pass last night. I mean, you're just comfortable in those situations, and they find ways to win. They did it last night at Rupp. It's really encouraging, man. It's an awesome win. Bob Kubrick, Ben Clark, what's up, y'all? Everett email, good morning, Sam Bacon. Extend Wade's contract right now. So, Sam, I actually did have several people text me last night and on Twitter as well talking about that. Hey, bud. So, keep in mind, Will is making $2.5 million, and I know for a fact, and that puts him behind, like, Calipari. I think he might be the 3rd highest paid in the conference. Like, he's $2.5 million in basketball is super competitive. He's top 20 in the country. 2, 3. Anyway, so for example, Greg Marshall from Wichita State's making 3. So if it came down to $500,000, I think LSU would swing it. But I know when they got Will, the sell. All right. Haircut. One of the selling points was, and he was on board with it, was come to Baton Rouge and do at LSU what Billy Donovan did at Florida. Like, young coach in your 30s, just stay here 20 years, win championships. We'll give you every resource you need. Like, here's the ball of clay, mold it into something great. And so I don't think Will's leaving, man. I mean, if does he someday get the NBA itch? Maybe. Does he go Billy Donovan, Brad Stevens? Like, maybe. I'd never rule that out entirely. Haircut, but haircut. You want to go get a haircut with Lily? Who gives you a haircut? Lily. Big Block. Big Block. Oh, you do watch Big Block when you get a haircut. Very good, Drew. So, especially at this point, I just don't see Will leaving. Anyway, let's see. Mark, good morning. Trivia. I scared the poop out of my wife and daughter last night on the game-winning tip. It was funny watching a lot of the videos. Kalata had a really cool Instagram story as well with him and his boy watching the game. Let's see. Cheryl, please explain the controversy about the last shot for the old ladies. You don't have a clue. Cheryl, if the ball coming off of a shot is still above the rim, so think of the rim, that cylinder, like going up forever, like in eternity. If the ball is still over the rim, any part of the ball is over the rim, an offensive player can't touch it. Well, actually, no player can touch that ball, or it's goaltending. So Kentucky was saying the ball was still over the rim. That Cavell tipped it in should have been offensive goaltending, and they negated the basket. But that was not reviewable at the end of the game. And they probably were right. I mean, there was probably part of the ball, I think it's safe to say, that was over the rim. But I think that there would have been basket interference on the Kentucky player on Skyler's shot, so it wouldn't have even mattered. And then there were, like I just mentioned as well, all right, there were fouls not called and gone the other way. And it's just...
The Martet.
What? Gofre, Martet? You did that yesterday with Mimi. So, but that's what Kentucky people are complaining about, was that it appeared as though Cavell goaltended and the basket shouldn't have counted. That's what they're saying. Let's see. Trey Mitchell, let's talk about the defensive... all this is going fast, went away. Sorry I missed that comment. Chad, Chenevert, Blaine, Allen. If I missed your comment, please post it again because it's already scrolled past and I can't go back. Chad, Chenevert, Blaine, Allen, Michael Clark, crybabies who ignore the UK defender's whole arm in the net moving the goal. Bingo. That's the point that I think would have ultimately counted Skyler's shot had they gone to review on that. Mark, it's amazing the dichotomy. God, this is going too fast. Justin Huckins, Robert Grimion, Ronnie Dugas, Morgan Bookish, Michael Browning, Julio Mendez, Jason Aber, Paul Hollowell, good morning. Terry McClendon, yes, it was over the back on Nas. They should have been on the line completely. Nas should have been on the line, and there was, or even if you don't call that, Taylor got a clean swipe of the ball. There's no way that Washington should have gone to the line for two. I think it was Washington. Or whoever it was that went to the line for the 2 to tie. It was Washington. And those were clutch free throws by him. Good on him. But he shouldn't have been on the line. Chandler Tullis, good morning. Jimmy Vadrine, what's up? Kelly Root, good morning. Mark Anthony Alexander, how high do you think they can get ranked before the 23rd? So I expect, I got this one last night as well. So I expect if they win at Georgia this weekend, that LSU will be somewhere 10 to 12. You go on the road and you beat number 5. You're second only to Tennessee in the SEC, which is probably going to get 7 teams in the tournament. At this point, nobody else. At this point, you can't ignore LSU anymore. Like that clip's floating around about from PTI last night of Will Bond and Kornheiser saying LSU's not going to beat Kentucky. Shaq and Pete Maravich aren't walking through the door. It's people who haven't watched this team play, and I get it. Like, this is one of the things. Remember after LSU played Ole Miss, and people were saying, "Oh, they're only ranked 25th," and I was like, "Yo, you got to understand, voters all over the country aren't locked in to unranked LSU at Ole Miss on a Tuesday night on the SEC network. Like, you are, I am, they're not. So it's why playing Auburn on ESPN2 on a Saturday or Kentucky on ESPN, part of Super Tuesday, it's why that's so important nationally, because it's probably the only time people nationally are going to watch you play. What? Drew come. Yeah. Haircut?
Big Block.
You watch Big Block when you get your haircut. You do watch Big Block when you get your haircut. So it's understanding, like people have asked me, what do you think LSU's net ranking is going to be? I have no idea. That's a metric. Like, I'd have to calculate a number to give you something accurate. I have no idea. I can tell you what polls are going to do because I have a pretty good sense of what people who have a vote are doing and watching and thinking, because I'm kind of the same way. Like, if there was a really good team going on the run in the Pac-12 right now, I'd have no idea. I don't watch Pac-12 basketball. There's not many good teams there to begin with. But you understand my point? Like, there are AP voters all over the country that aren't locked into the SEC network when LSU's playing Arkansas, right? They're watching Duke and Louisville.
Elmo walk.
Elmo walk.
Elmo
walks to Albertsons. Did you go to Albertsons last night?
Goosey.
Who'd you see?
Goosey.
You saw Christy. Yes, you did, sweetheart. She was happy to see you.
Haircut.
Haircut? What do you watch when you get a haircut?
Big Block.
Big Block. Yeah, you do. Okay. Gary Wall, good morning. Stan, good morning. Carlton Cisco. Emmett's still looking like a young Rodman. Great comeback. Emmett's energy was awesome, man. They needed it when Nas went to the bench. They're just deep, man. Kylie Willis, good morning. Greg Anding, officiating was unbelievably one-sided. Felt like I was watching a Bama football game. And you say that, and LSU got the call at the end. I mean, come on, man. It's like, it goes both ways. I thought, LSU got called for 17 fouls last night, and Kentucky got called for 17 fouls. I mean, it was dead even in that regard. That's not one-sided. I mean, that's actually dead even, and LSU got the call at the end. I think it's just human nature to think things are skewed against you with officials. It's not, but there were just bad calls both ways. Dusty Cal's on ESPN complaining about the tip. I get it, but I get him going to bat for his team. But similarly, like with the NFC Championship game, as awful a call as that was, you understand, when Whitworth was saying, yeah, but then do we get to review the no call in the face mask against Goff? And, it all matters. I mean, it does. It all matters realistically.
Drew come.
Which is why Drew come. Yeah. Which is why my point is always take care of your business before that. Don't leave it to that. Clap hands for Elmo comes home. Our basan for Drew be alone. It's been yesterday on the show we had on AFR, had Jeff Drummond on from Cats Illustrated. He's the Rivals guy for Kentucky, and he's come on the show a bunch over the years. Really good guy. And I asked him point blank, I was like, hey man, are people there, do they care about this game? Because Saturday, they've got game day there, Tennessee, number one's coming in, and he's like, no. Nobody cared about this game in Lexington. And they didn't, people don't realize this isn't just a good story with LSU.
Lucy.
You've got 5 stars.
Lucy.
And Lucy, you going to Lucy's today? And future NBA, you've got at least 5 guys that are going to play in the NBA. Nas is going to play in the NBA. Tremont's going to play in the NBA. Skylar and Cavell absolutely have a chance to play in the NBA. Cavell as a defensive, both of them, because their defense, and certainly Skylar can score as well. Emmett's going to play in the NBA. And I think a guy like Days could develop and get there. And Marlon Taylor's going to play professionally. If it's not in the NBA, it's going to be somewhere. You got 7 guys that are going to be professional basketball players on this team. They're good. I mean, they got talent. It's not a mistake. It's just different because LSU hasn't had this. Matt Boyles, good morning. Ricky Batts, I want LSU to prepare when Rick Barnes goes stale on Vol Nation. Stephen Miller, yo, Wade interview just ended on OTB. If you missed it, definitely go check the podcast. So, for sure, Will Wade was on off the bench at 7:30. So I'll make sure I'll tweet out that link as well. I'm sure we'll share it on Facebook also. He needs a haircut, Jordan Grace. He needs a hair. He does need a haircut. Let's see. Eric Ingeman, good morning. Jason Meeks, good morning. If y'all haven't done so yet, please hit the share button. Big help. Also, appreciate Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They sponsor Morning Scone. They're tagged in this post. If you could do me a favor, just go like their page. That's a big, big help. Just like their Facebook page. Whenever we're done here, do it right now. Charlie Cavell, good morning. George Grace, I'm loving his. All right. Yeah, Drew says, all right. Drum? Who plays the drums? Who plays the drums? Sarah. When Drew goes to abilities, he plays the drums with Sarah. Don't you?
Lucy.
And you're going to go to Lucy's today? Okay. Walk. You're not going to walk to Lucy's. You're going to ride in the car. Go to Lucy's.
Maybe cool.
Lucy's is where we get Drew's supplements. Huh? You're going to go Mimi's car to Lucy's, aren't you? Okay. Carrie Hughes, what's up, dude? Stephen Ruckman, good morning. Jeb Bruno. Elmo Duck. You want Elmo Ducks? I'll show you Elmo Ducks. Okay. Jeb Bruno, morning, Scone. Huge LSU win. What Kentucky bourbon were you celebrating with? I actually put a video. I don't know if you saw the video. Trivia, avert your eyes. You want cats or you want Elmo Ducks? Elmo Ducks. There you go. So that would have been my Thomas H. Handy Sazerac. Handy's part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Very rare, very phenomenal. So, the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, you got your Pappy, you got your George T. Stagg, you've got your Handy, you got your William LaRue Weller. So good stuff in the BTAC. So I popped open my Handy last night, which is phenomenal. So trivia, avert your eyes on that one. Avert your eyes. Josh Long, good morning. Sorry I'm late. I was listening to the greatest coach in college basketball. Let's see. Gosh, I'm so behind on these comments. Shade Nobles Terrio. Good morning, Matt. Huge win for the Tigers. And catching breaks in basketball is part of the game. It's true. Charlene Hancock, Randy Dabdoob, Whiskey and Wine would have been lit. You know what, Randy? Jordy asked me yesterday, because I asked him if he wanted to do Whiskey and Wine for Tennessee, because a lot of y'all have mentioned that to me now. I was like, hey, man, you want to do Whiskey and Wine for Tennessee? And he was like, yeah, I'm in. He's like, do you want to do one tonight? Meaning yesterday. And I was like, honestly, man, I said, I get off air at 6. The game starts at 6. I'm driving home. I'm going to listen to the first half hour. I'm never going to see it. So I don't know that that's a great idea. He's like, yeah, all right, we'll punt. We'll plan for Tennessee. And then as soon as the game ended, I texted Jordan. I was like, dude, we dropped the ball. Like, we should be doing Whiskey and Wine right now. It's okay, though. But now we'll obviously, we've talked about doing some, moving forward. So we'll incorporate it. People are excited, man. So we're excited to talk about it, too. Let's see. Charlie Cavell, no sympathy from anyone in Louisiana. That's true. Kirk Taylor, what seed do you think LSU's playing for? Is a 3 to 5 possible? Absolutely, a 3 to 5 is possible. Possible 1 seed if they win the SEC regular season title. They got a lot of work to. Like, if they go 17-1 in the SEC, then yeah, they're very much in the conversation for a 1 seed. I don't think that's any question. They would take that spot from Kentucky and then Tennessee, which is there now. But getting way ahead of ourselves with that. Way ahead of ourselves. Let's not forget the last time LSU played a team for the second time this season, they lost at home to Arkansas. Well, now you got to go to Georgia this Saturday and play a team for the second time. So, Elma Ducks. Okay, thank you for asking. Let's see. Brian Wynn, good morning. Kerry Hughes, just listened to the Wade interview. I need to go listen to it. He showed the team the 4th inning of the Yankees-Red Sox playoff game. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to listen to it now. Craig Savoy, Kentucky lost at the foul line. You know what, Craig? It's a really good point. Something I was going to talk about, too. Kentucky was 16 of 23 from the free throw line. I mean, you missed 7 free throws. LSU was 19 of 22. 3-point game, there's your difference. You want, Lucy, you want, Elma Ducks? Oh, you wanted Lucy's, I'm sorry. Let's see. Get back to y'all's questions, comments. Appreciate y'all as always for being here. Hal Jubin, good morning. Let's see. Derek Harrell, good morning. Drew, Matt, little homie Drew. Drew's hair looks like a Sigma Chi 5th year. Hey man, talk to Eric about that. That's his mama. His mama does his hair before she leaves in the morning. Colors. Yep. T-Bob and Jordy just had Coach Whittle want to be sounded fired up. I bet he was fired up.
Yes.
Andrew Brister, biggest win for basketball in 10 years.
Hi, Colin.
There might have been.
Hi.
You know what? Remember, they beat Kentucky in that ice game in Baton Rouge. That was the Jordan, Mickey, Big Block, Jarrell Martin, Tim Quarterman team that went to the dance and lost to NC State. You went Elma Ducks? Okay, Elma Ducks. I would say that would have been the previous big one, but that was at home. But I mean, it's the first time they won at Rupp since 2009, since the Marcus Thornton team. You know, and that was against Billy Gillespie. So I mean, let's see. Paul Batts, this could be the making of one of the best overall sports years for LSU athletics. It's true, man. You're talking about football won the Fiesta Bowl, basketball's going to the tournament, baseball's preseason number 1. You know, softball is awesome right now. Hopefully they, keep rolling. See if gymnastics can kind of get it back on track. They're struggling a little bit right now, but for sure. The one that I think prior would have been 06. Because if you go like 06, 07, or even 05, like the 05, 06 school year, if you go like just the calendar year 06, if you go calendar year 06, you've got Final Four. I'm pretty sure in 06, the women went to the College World Series. Baseball did not. Smoke was almost out then. Then 06, fall of 06, LSU, of course, won the Sugar Bowl, beat Notre Dame. So that was a great year. 07, 08 was fun. Of course, won the national title, and then baseball went to Omaha. Had that run where they won 23 straight.
Dad show.
This is Dad's show. Very good. Let's see. Lucy. Dick Vitale stuff touched me. Seems like a good guy. Yeah, man. Dickie V's the best, man. I wonder how many LSU students skip their 7:30 and 8:30 Wednesday class. Jason Bourgeois, good morning. Let's see. 114 watch. We're down to 86. Oh no. Mario Collada, good morning. See Justin Reyes. Let's watch Mickey Fast. Oh man. Hey, Brock's watching. What's up, Brock? Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Again, y'all go like Brock's page. We appreciate them. They've got all the subspecialties, 5 locations. Of course, Blue Bond is their primary location. They got the Livingston location as well off the Walker exit. You see Christy at Albertsons. Christy is the lady we see at Albertsons. Her name is Crystalline, but Drew says Christy. It's just easier. And boy, when he sees her and come around the corner, he loses his mind. He is so excited. Let's see. You called the trap. Sam Dixon beating a team full of McDonald's All-Americans inside Rupp's pressure cookers, no small feat. It's worth noting, Sam, that wasn't a team full of McDonald's All-Americans. That wasn't your traditional Kentucky one-and-done group. They had good players. And some of those guys are going to have draft decisions to make. I think P.J. Washington's probably bumped up into being a first-round pick. I think Tyler Hero's probably going to have a decision to make as well. But that's not John Wall, Michael Kidd, Gilchrist, Anthony Davis, Boogie. That's that's not that team. And Wade said it after the game on ESPN. He's like, we're not playing those guys. Like, we're playing this year's Kentucky team. And he's right. And they're good, and they're playing well, but they ain't better than LSU. Nathan Robert, good morning. Jimmy and Terry Bourgeois, hey, Matt, should that have been goaltending when the Kentucky player slapped the backboard in the final play? Not quite sure of the rule. So, talked about that a little bit when we opened. The hand through the defender's hand through the cylinder is only goaltending if the ball is over the cylinder. So on Skylar's shot, the ball went off the side, off the backboard, and then went over, and so it was a little tough to tell if his hand was still there. But if you move the rim or backboard, then it's goaltending, and I think very clearly that would have been the case. So, I mean, it was a frantic finish, and I don't think there's any doubt that would have been called. And for all the Kentucky people that are upset about the tip-in, I still maintain on Washington's free throws, Reed was over Lucy. Reed Travis was over Nas Reed's back, and Marlon Taylor did not foul. He got a clean swipe, and they gave P.J. Washington for 2 free throws. So that should have been LSU ball at worst. At best, LSU should have been shooting 2 free throws because of the over-the-back against Nas. Anyway, it all works out, and it did work out, and the right team won that game last night. Seen a lot of fans not liking Dickie V's commentary. I thought Vital was great. Vital's always great, man. Like, some people, if you don't like his style, it's what it is. But there's a reason the guy's been around as long as he is. He's a freaking legend. Dickie V's the best. He is college basketball. I mean, there's nobody that has more passion for the game than him. Peter Burns and Pat Bradley call him Marlon Taylor elevator man. I need to get Pat Bradley on the show today. See if I don't know if he's calling a game today, but if he's not, I want to get him on the show. Dale Crochet, what's up? Kendall Nugent, Javante. Oh, I forgot Javante. Completely forgot Javante. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Yeah, so 8. I completely forgot Javante. Javante will play in the NBA. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Thank you. Irfan Sayad, good morning. It's good to be on this side of the call for the NFC Championship game and the A&M game. But listen, I'll go back to the A&M game. All those calls were right. It sucked that they happened sequentially, but they were all the right call. Like, Kellen Mond's knee was down. There was a second left on the clock when he spiked it. I mean, all those calls were right. It just sucked that they all happened sequentially and needed review, and it was brutal to watch it unfold. The NFC Championship game was... Nickel Roby-Coleman ran over Tommy Lee Lewis. That the flag should have come out. A.J. Holland, great win for the Tigers last night. Old Joe better keep that checkbook handy. Go ahead and put Will Wade's name on the first line. Bingo. Kerry Tomplay, good morning. I tried proper 12. Let me know. Let's see. Finally breaking down and creating a Twitter. Going to follow you first. Thank you, Tommy. You'll be glad you did. Just follow people that you find interesting that could give you good news. It doesn't matter if you tweet a bunch or anything like that. It's more a great place to gather information and breaking news. So many people go there to break news. So it's a really good resource. Trivia. I was in such a great mood last night. I actually watched the YouTube you posted drinking. I posted a video last night opening up that Thomas Handy, and I did because it's a Kentucky rye whiskey. I mean, it's a very famous, very very rare Kentucky whiskey. Hey,
Elmo.
baby, Elmo.
I'm a duck.
So Elmo does.
I'm a duck.
I'm a duck. Oh, sorry. So I was like, I'm gonna troll Kentucky a little bit by opening my Kentucky whiskey, my Thomas Handy. So I took a video of it, I posted it, so that's what he's talking about. It's on my Facebook too if you want to see it there. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we got to get rolling a little bit. What a morning though. LSU in the midst of an epic run, risk it all, Scone. Mark Anthony Alexander. I hope the Pelicans will hire a Will Wade type of coach one day, just not Will Wade. Charlie Cavell. will the push to have the court named in Dale Brown's honor have any impact? I'd like to see him honored. So it's interesting, Charlie. There is a Twitter account, Dale Brown Court, that has been pushing. The person behind that account I won't mention unless if he wants me to. But and I actually went and looked this up. It's all it takes is someone to nominate him, like for the naming of a building, a court, a retirement of a jersey, or anything like that. There has to be a nomination. So my guess is that no one has gone to the Hall of Fame committee and nominated it yet, and anybody can do it for it to be considered. Ducks. Gus. Gats. Cats. Gas. Elmo Ducks. You want to? Elmo Ducks is on. Go see it. So somebody has to fill out the application and make the presentation. So the submission. You went to Fresh Market yesterday with Mimi, baby. Today you're going to go to Abilities and then Lucy's. Abilities and then Lucy's. Gary Wall, not a fan of Oliva, but nice hire on Wade. Well, Oliva and Eddie Nunez deserve a lot of credit for that. Eddie's now at New Mexico, but Eddie was the one who kind of facilitated it. It's ultimately Joe's decision, but Eddie was the one who facilitated that, and that was a strong move, no doubt. Got to do whiskey and wine for the spring game and baseball games. We're working on it. We'll put something together. So there you go. Lenny Rodri, good morning. Let's see, I woke up with a hangover this morning and had no regrets. Nice. Shelly Malasa, what's up, man? I'll go quickly here, y'all. Again, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We appreciate them sponsored as always. And they're tagged in this post, so if you would go like Brock, we appreciate that. They do all the subspecialties, so wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees, feet, ankles, hips, neck, shoulder. You got anything? They can do it all in-house. When I jacked up my neck, I went in there. They did the x-rays on my neck there. I got my neck braced there at Brock. You can't miss it. 8080 Blue Bonnet. It's right by Perkins. You go in, first floor, you're staring straight at it. You're staring straight at Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic when you walk in. Let's see. Brady Smith, Will Wade's interview after the game was one of the cockiest things I've ever seen. I loved every second of it. I have to cockier than the post NIT game win over ULL last year. Come on, dog. But it was great. Charlie, Kentucky's made 100 more free throws than opponents have attempted. It didn't last night. Patrick Domang, what's up, man? Jeffrey Parker probably leave his best hire. Or Beth Torina. One of them for sure. Grant Duplessis, man, I swear, he said car wash. He's saying colors. It sounds like car wash, but he's saying colors. There's a video that he watches on Erica's phone. It's like it goes through the colors. That's what he's saying. He's saying colors. It sounds like car wash, but it's colors. Todd Dupuis, Matt, is it just me? Seemed like Vitale gave LSU no chance last night. Just you, Todd. People, there are probably people who feel the same way as you do, but every fan base thinks announcers hate their team. And it's if you'll excuse the phrasing, Todd, because I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm saying it's a very dumb thing. Announcers don't have bias toward or against teams. As someone who's called games, it's just not a thing. Like, you're so worried about just trying to get things right and prep properly and do a good job. You're not biased against teams. It's not a thing that happens. If you're talking about a local broadcast, sure. The local broadcast will have bias in favor of their team. Eddie Smith, what's up? Neil Ripley, where's your Will Wade shirt? Got something today. Make sure you're watching AFR today, Neil. Very astute. Brandon DeVille, you see Wade coaching in the NBA next 5 to 7 years. I can't answer that because I don't know what his ambition is. I've never asked Will, hey, do you want to coach in the NBA? But I do know that when they hired him here, they pitched him on, come be Billy Donovan. Come do here what Donovan did at Florida. Come here in your 30s, stay for 20 years, win national titles, build this, and be the greatest coach ever here. You want Elmo Ducks? You know, I think for Will that's appealing. You know, he looked at LSU and said, "You got talent in the state. You're the only game in town. You're in the SEC. Hey! What's the matter? Use your words." Grant Duga, I'm already planning camping out at the PMAC the night before the Tennessee game. That'll be fun, man. Jack Davis, 25-6, looking pretty good after that win. Huh? What?
Poop.
Poop. Did you poop? LSU, Kentucky fast. They still win. Reed is ranked 53 going pro. Clap hands for. Poop. Did you poop? You did poop. I smell it. So Bob, I tweeted last night a link to a Sports Illustrated article. It ranked the top 80 prospects for this year's draft. Clap hands for that show comes home. That show plays up, everybody be alone. All right, go play. We gotta hurry up and finish this because Dad's gotta go to work. So SI had Nas ranked 53rd and Tremont ranked 57th. Again, that's not a mock draft. That's just a ranking of the prospects. And I do think that the more, when they finish the rest of the second half of the season, and then Nas goes through the pre-draft workouts and people see him and his energy, like he's going to race up draft boards. Yeah. Nas, I still believe Nas is going to be a first-round draft pick. He's going to go pro. Whose birthday is it? Dear who?
Ryan.
Ryan? You did hear Ryan on the phone last night. Terrio called me after the game. I had him on speakerphone, and Drew goes, Ryan. It's like, that is your Uncle Ryan. That is him. Brad Jean, good morning. Let's see. Warren Dazio, what's up? Eagle Rare 20-year for $2,000. You're buying some? No. No, AJ, I will not. Ben Giat, Scott Belgard, good morning. Jonathan Taylor, Joey DiStefano. What's up, Joey? Matt Boudreau, good morning. Michael Blanco, been watching AFR and Roku here in Destin. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that, man. The Watch app is awesome. So, Uncle Mike, I don't know, Matt, Joe Buck and Aikman hate Nolan. The Saints, never anything positive. Uncle Mike, they don't hate the Saints, bro. I love you, man. They don't hate the Saints. All right, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. Locked on LSU podcast. And AFR 3. Anything else? All right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll see y'all. Go Tigers. Brock, like their page.